You know what I think
So
has him a little bit upset? Just so you know, every girl sitting on this side of the table earns more money than him.
Yeah.
I am an adult content creator, also content creator, and also I sell in the cars and work with cars.
And I'm a professional underwater photographer, and I do OnlyFans.
Hi, I'm Anissa Godina. I'm 28. I am a cocktail server, and I do OnlyFans. We do.
Okay, now just imagine if you make that much money on OnlyFans, why would you also be a waitress? A cocktail server is essentially a waitress, right? If she's making that much money on OnlyFans, like she wouldn't be a scuba instructor or like underwater photographer. It just wouldn't be necessary. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't be a good use of your time that could be allocated to earning more money. So these narratives are false narratives. And the weird thing to me is that we know Adam is a real broad because one, he tried to get the chicks on his side, which didn't actually work.
On behalf of all the girls,
it would mean nothing.
I think we all are kind of in agreement that we don't really want to sit here and listen to someone.
When he rage quitted, he tried to get all the girls to leave with him. It's like, bro, that was like super effeminate move. And then they didn't even go with him.
I think I'm going to leave. And if any girls want to leave with me, I'd be happy to take you with me. I think I'm done, Brian. I don't want to listen to this guy anymore. And I feel like I might do something extreme.
You said no. Okay.
See what you
When I
fucking
first
did?
walked in, I said, do you want the fade? You said no.
And that's why a number of things you heard said during the podcast didn't add up. And Adam's a funny guy. You know, people are really sick mentally when they're always trying to make everything about money. That's why I often talk about happiness. Happiness is critically important. But just imagine, he said, you know why this guy's like this? He's like this because everyone on this side of the table makes more money than him.
Primarily for the money, the same way that probably most of the girls here wouldn't be naked on the internet if they didn't have OnlyFans that were profitable for them. But at the same time, I mean, me and her.
So that was a weird response when you actually analyze it. So I said, are you doing OnlyFans with your wife for money, or do you feel called to do this? I ask that because it's important for us to understand these people's nature. Is it for the money? You don't need the money, Adam. None of us in America need the money that bad. So I'm saying you must feel called to do this, like something in your evil soul must be calling you to do this. He then goes on to suggest that the money is an important aspect of it. And he says, well, that's why all the other people on this side of the table do it, because it's profitable. Well, how profitable is it really if every girl who said they do OnlyFans had to also say, and then I also do fill in the blank? It's letting you know clear as day that is not so profitable that they can survive just on that.
Or have been hooking up with other girls for the duration of our relationship. And we actually had one off-camera boy-girl threesome with my wife and a friend of mine within like the first month that I met her. We were out drinking one night and we ended up having some fun in that sense. So it's not like completely outside the realm of things that I would do for free, but you know, we don't have a lot of crazy off-camera sexual experiences. Almost everything that we do that's out of the ordinary is on camera.
I don't know what you're worth, but I have a sense that you're doing reasonably well.
Okay, so you see, that's me being complimentary. I'm saying I don't know what you're worth, which is a fact. None of us actually know anyone else's net worth. And the wisest among us are the best at hiding our net worth. And you primarily want to do that for the alphabet agencies. But that being the case, I don't know what he's worth, but I know he's worth enough that he doesn't have to prostitute his wife. So I set that foundation and I gave him a compliment saying, I don't know what you're worth, but you're doing well.
So if there was no money to be made, would you continue on with it?
I think that was a conversation.
Now, mind you, that's a yes or no question. If there's no money in it, would you keep doing it? A simple answer, if it's for the money, would be, no, I wouldn't. If there's no money, I wouldn't do it. That would be the simple yes or no answer. If you're doing something like this, you're already black-hearted. But you're very black-hearted when you can't say, oh, if I didn't get paid, no, I wouldn't do it. It's like, God damn, it ain't even about the money. It's about that wicked soul of yours.
That her and I had that made us realize that we wanted to kind of start pushing the boundaries of what we were doing on camera was she said, do you really think that we're going to be together for the next 20 years and that we're never going to swap or bring another penis?
Now, what does this actually have to do with my question? See, this is what these clever folks on the internet do is you ask them a question and they start talking about something that's tangentially related, but it's not actually addressing the question. I asked a yes or no question and he didn't answer with a yes or no. And now he's elaborating on the wrong thing instead of saying, If there was no money in it, no, I would stop. Or if there was no money in it, yes, I would continue. I feel called to this. He's just like babbling about trying to explain why they're bringing males, other dudes into their sex life. And this gets very convoluted and twisted. So pay close attention to what he's saying.
Into our sexual situation. And I said, no, I definitely feel like I'm comfortable enough that I could see us doing that as time goes by. And then we ended up actually orchestrating it on camera.
Are you bisexual?
No.
Okay.
First off, do I believe that? And I was being respectful. I honestly was thinking like, you're gay. Like in my head, I was thinking you're gay. But I didn't say you're gay. I asked, are you bisexual? And this makes perfect sense because if you're a heterosexual man, you want vagina, right? And you getting vagina, another man being involved in that doesn't help that situation at all. And you're also going into the same orifice, which is not what any of us would consider clean. So a reasonable question is, are you bisexual? Was his answer accurate? No, I think he's an actual homosexual, but there's still some level of morality in the society prevailing, especially in his fan base, that if he came out and admitted that he's homosexual, at some level, people would lose the little bit of respect that they have for him. So what does he do? He lies. But we see he's consistently hanging out with guys like Destiny who are actually homosexual.
Like if I'm gonna like touch somebody's balls, I want to feel like a thing in there, not just like a wrinkled side. I feel like it's like if you have a dick, I want to see your dick coming out from your body, not coming out from a fold of fat. I don't like that.
And so birds of a feather flock together. Heterosexual man really doesn't have any reason to be around a homosexual male.
With regards to bringing the other dude in, would you say that was primarily driven by her?
I would say it was very mutual. You know,
Now, who believes that? And then he claims that it's mutual. What heterosexual man wants another man involved in their sex? There's no logic there. It wasn't mutual. And if it was mutual, that would indicate that you are in actual fact bisexual.
we just kind of realized that,
Look at him
you know,
thinking.
after doing that Jason Love scene, we just didn't realize how viral the whole thing was going to be. And so we kind of got set on the path of thinking about how we could take it to the next level, because it ended up being like
Now, take it to the next level. This is true comedy. Why don't you take your marriage to the next level instead of a porn career?
far the most viral thing that any of us had ever been involved with. So at that moment, we kind of realized like, oh, this is kind of our thing now. We have to sort of push
We
at the
have
edges
to?
of our, and the people will be
Conventional,
incapable. Well, I mean,
Ain't
mostly.
not conventional.
Well, I mean, we sleep with other girls, but off camera, our relationship is entirely traditional.
And I think even Olivia right there is like, yeah, this guy is loading us up on the BS right now. He just said our conventional relationship. Like, what are you talking about?
Crazy. All right. So what I'm really trying to figure out is, because you said you were uncomfortable with the Jason Love scene initially, right?
I was a little conflicted about
Right.
it. It was a little bit of a weird thing. for
And
me
so
to go through.
I'm trying to figure out like where your soul is, and as much as like removing money from the equation. And honestly, at this point, I don't even think money is really the driving force.
Yeah, just to get it out there, me and her are both multimillionaires and have
Right.
been for many, many
Right.
years. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So money's not the driving force.
And here's the funny thing too, is like he felt like that was like, yeah, we're both multimillionaires. Yes, that's factual. That's good. I'm happy for you too. I really am. But your kids are going to live a truly disturbed life. There's no way your kids are not going to suffer the most brutally unpleasant, soul-destroying bullying and torture because of the sins of their parents. He said, Lena and I have been multimillionaires for many years. Great. Then why are we doing pornography? You're multimillionaires, which means you got all that money squirreled away, both of you, right? Why do you need to add pornography? You don't. You have a black soul. You are a devil on earth.
If it were just up to you and she were a robot as opposed to a human, and you could have it to where you could have things open on your side but closed on her side, would you prefer that?
To be honest, she came to me before we started kind of pushing out the boundaries of our relationship, and she said, what do you think?
Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this. I got him again. I asked him, I said, whose idea was this to bring in extra dudes? And the first time he said it was mutual. Nah, that was not mutual. Now he's admitting that she suggested it. You see how that's changed up? And I'm paying attention. So it's already checkmate.